Let me ask you something. Are you eating salads, cutting back on bread, maybe even trying to walk more every day? And yet, that belly fat is still there. Maybe it's even gotten worse over the last few years. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know something important. You are not failing. Your body has simply changed. And the meal plan that worked for you at 40 or 50 is no longer the right plan for your body at 60. I'm Dr. Leonid Kim, and welcome back to Senior Health Review, the channel dedicated to real, science-based health advice for adults just like you. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what to eat, from the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed, in a complete daily meal plan specifically designed to help you lose belly fat after 60. I'll take you through breakfast, lunch, an afternoon snack, and dinner. I'll explain why each food works for your body at this stage of life, and I'll show you the exact foods to avoid, including 3 so-called healthy foods that are most likely making your belly fat worse right now. Stay with me until the end, because those 3 foods surprise almost everyone, and knowing about them could completely change your results. Let's get started. Before we talk about what to eat, I want to spend just a couple of minutes explaining why your body behaves differently now. Because once you understand this, the meal plan I'm about to share will make complete sense. First, insulin resistance. As we age, our cells gradually become less responsive to insulin, the hormone that moves sugar from your bloodstream into your cells for energy. When insulin isn't working efficiently, your body produces more of it, and high insulin levels are one of the most powerful signals your body has to store fat, especially in the abdominal area. This is why 2 people can eat the exact same meal, and the 65-year-old will store far more of it as belly fat than the 35-year-old will. Second, hormonal shifts. After 60, both men and women experience significant hormonal changes. Women have lower estrogen levels, men have lower testosterone, and both experience elevated cortisol, the stress hormone. These changes directly cause fat to redistribute to the midsection. It's not your imagination, it's biology. Third, muscle loss, what doctors call sarcopenia. After 60, most Americans lose between 3 and 5% of their muscle mass every decade, and the rate accelerates if you're not actively working against it. Why does this matter for belly fat? Because muscle is your body's most metabolically active tissue. The less muscle you have, the fewer calories you burn, even while you're sitting still. Less muscle means a slower metabolism, and a slower metabolism means more stored fat. Now here's the good news. You cannot change your age, but you absolutely can change what you eat, and the right food choices can directly counter all 3 of these mechanisms. The solution is not to eat less. The solution is to eat smarter. Let me show you how. Before I walk you through the full meal plan, I want to give you 3 core principles. Think of these as the foundation. Every single food choice I'm going to recommend is built on one of these 3 rules. Rule number 1, protein first, at every single meal. Protein is the most important nutrient for adults over 60, full stop. It preserves your muscle mass, which keeps your metabolism running. It takes more energy to digest than carbohydrates or fat, which means your body burns more calories just processing it. And it keeps you full and satisfied for hours, which means fewer cravings, less snacking, and fewer chances to overeat. Most Americans over 60 are significantly under-eating protein. We are going to fix that today. Rule number 2, low glycemic carbohydrates only. This doesn't mean eliminating carbohydrates. It means choosing carbohydrates that release glucose slowly and steadily, instead of spiking your blood sugar and triggering that insulin response we talked about. Foods like oats, sweet potatoes, berries, beans, and most vegetables are your friends. Foods like white bread, white rice, pasta, and sugary drinks are working against you. Rule number 3, an eating window of 8 to 10 hours. This is a gentle, senior-friendly form of time-restricted eating. Instead of grazing from 7 in the morning until 10 at night, a 15-hour window, we're going to aim to finish eating by 7 p.m. each evening. This gives your body a 12 to 14-hour overnight fast, which supports fat burning, improves insulin sensitivity, and can even benefit your sleep quality. No skipping meals, no extreme fasting, just a consistent, natural window. All right, now let's eat. Breakfast is where we set the tone for the entire day. Get this right, and the rest of your day will be significantly easier. Here is what I recommend. 2 scrambled eggs, cooked in a small amount of olive oil or avocado oil. Not butter, and absolutely not non-stick cooking spray with hydrogenated oils. Eggs are one of the most nutrient-dense foods available to us. 2 large eggs give you roughly 12 grams of high-quality, complete protein. They contain choline, which supports brain health. And contrary to what you may have heard for decades, the research now clearly shows that dietary cholesterol from whole eggs does not meaningfully raise cardiovascular risk in healthy adults. The protein from eggs will help protect your muscle mass and keep you full until lunch. Half a cup of steel-cut oats, not instant oats, not flavored oatmeal packets, steel-cut or old-fashioned rolled oats. Steel-cut oats contain a soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan forms a gel in your digestive system that slows the absorption of glucose, meaning a steady, slow rise in blood sugar instead of a spike. It also feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut, which is increasingly linked to healthy body weight. The glycemic index of steel-cut oats is significantly lower than instant oats, which have been processed into virtual sugar delivery systems. A half cup of fresh or frozen berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, or blackberries. Any of these work beautifully. Berries are among the most antioxidant-rich foods on the planet, calorie for calorie. They are low glycemic, high in fiber, and contain compounds called polyphenols that have been shown in research to specifically target belly fat and reduce inflammation. Think of them as medicine, very delicious medicine. 1 cup of green tea, instead of your second or third cup of coffee. Green tea contains a compound called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, that has been shown in multiple studies to gently boost fat oxidation, particularly in the abdominal area. It also contains L-theanine, an amino acid that promotes calm, focused energy without the jitteriness of caffeine alone. If you need your morning coffee, keep 1 cup, but try replacing a second cup with green tea. Total for breakfast, approximately 400 to 450 calories. High in protein, high in fiber, low glycemic index. Now, what do you want to avoid at breakfast? Bagels, orange juice, flavored yogurts, store-bought granola, sweetened cereals, even the ones that say heart healthy on the box. These foods look reasonable but cause significant blood sugar spikes that drive insulin production and belly fat storage. We'll talk more about some of these in part 4. By midday, your body is ready for its most substantial meal. This is when your metabolism is most active and your insulin sensitivity is at its best, meaning your body will use the food you eat most efficiently right now. Here is what I recommend. 4 to 6 ounces of grilled or baked salmon, or, if you prefer, grilled chicken breast. Salmon is exceptional for adults over 60 for one specific reason: omega-3 fatty acids. EPA and DHA, the long-chain omega-3s found in fatty fish, are among the most powerful anti-inflammatory nutrients we know of. And this matters for belly fat because chronic low-grade inflammation is now understood to be one of the primary drivers of visceral fat accumulation. That is, the dangerous fat stored deep in your abdomen around your organs. Eating salmon 2 to 3 times per week can meaningfully reduce inflammation markers and support fat loss in the abdominal region. If you don't enjoy fish, high-quality fish oil supplements are a reasonable alternative, but the whole food is always preferable. A generous salad as your base, and I mean generous. Fill half your plate. Use spinach or mixed greens as your foundation. Add sliced avocado. Avocado is rich in monounsaturated fats that support heart health and actually help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins from the other vegetables. Add colorful vegetables: cucumber, bell peppers, cherry tomatoes, shredded carrots. For dressing, use extra virgin olive oil and fresh lemon juice, or a small amount of balsamic vinegar. Avoid store-bought dressings. Even ones labeled low-fat or light are typically loaded with sugar and seed oils that promote inflammation. Half a cup of cooked quinoa. Quinoa is technically a seed, not a grain, and it is one of the few plant foods that contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a complete protein source. It is also high in fiber and has a moderate glycemic index. It will provide sustained energy without spiking your blood sugar. If you don't have quinoa, half a cup of cooked chickpeas or lentils is an equally excellent choice. Total for lunch, approximately 500 to 550 calories. Anti-inflammatory, protein-rich, fiber-dense. What to avoid at lunch? Skip the white bread on the side. Skip the diet soda. I cannot stress this enough. Research increasingly shows that artificial sweeteners disrupt the gut microbiome and may actually worsen insulin resistance over time. Skip the heavy cream-based dressings, the croutons, and the pasta salads. I want to take a moment here to talk about 3 p.m., because this is the most dangerous hour of the day for most of my patients over 60. Your blood sugar has been gradually dropping since lunch. Your energy dips. Your willpower is at its daily low point. And suddenly, the cookies in the pantry or the chips on the counter become absolutely irresistible. The solution is not willpower. The solution is a smart snack that stabilizes your blood sugar before the crash happens. Here are 2 excellent options. Pick the one that appeals to you. Option A: 1 tablespoon of natural almond butter with apple slices. The almond butter provides healthy fats and protein to slow digestion. The apple provides natural sugars plus fiber, particularly pectin, a soluble fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria. Together, they create a steady, satisfying energy release with no spike and no crash. Option B: a small handful of walnuts, about an ounce, with 1 piece of string cheese. Walnuts are the only nut with significant amounts of ALA, a plant-based omega-3. They are extremely filling because of their fat and protein content. The string cheese adds additional protein to round out this snack beautifully. Simple, convenient, effective. Total for snack? Approximately 150 to 200 calories. The key here is timing. Have this snack by 3 p.m. Do not wait until 4:30 or 5 when you are ravenous and making poor food decisions. Prevention beats willpower every time. Dinner follows 2 non-negotiable rules in this plan. Rule 1: eat dinner before 7 p.m. This protects your overnight fasting window, which we discussed earlier, And it also gives your digestive system time to complete its work before you sleep, which improves both digestion and sleep quality. Rule 2. Dinner should be lighter on carbohydrates than lunch. In the evening, your insulin sensitivity decreases, meaning your body is less efficient at processing carbohydrates at night than it is in the morning and afternoon. We work with this biological reality, not against it. Here is what I recommend. 4 to 5 ounces of ground turkey or firm tofu if you prefer plant-based protein, prepared as a simple stir-fry with garlic, ginger, and low-sodium soy sauce or coconut aminos. Turkey is an excellent lean protein that is high in tryptophan, an amino acid that your body uses to produce serotonin and melatonin. This can actually support a better night's sleep, which is critically important because poor sleep directly raises cortisol levels, which directly increases belly fat. You are literally eating your way to better sleep. A large portion of steamed or roasted broccoli, at least 1 to 1.5 cups. Broccoli belongs to the cruciferous vegetable family, and it contains a compound called indole 3-carbinol that helps your body metabolize estrogen more efficiently. For both men and women over 60, maintaining healthy estrogen balance is important for body composition and overall health. Broccoli is also extremely high in fiber and water content. It fills you up with very few calories. Roast it with a little olive oil and garlic at 400 degrees for 20 minutes, and it becomes genuinely delicious. Half a medium sweet potato, baked or roasted. This is your controlled carbohydrate for dinner. Sweet potatoes have a moderate glycemic index, are rich in potassium and vitamin A, and contain resistant starch, a type of fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria and has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity over time. 1/2 of a medium sweet potato is the right portion. This is not the time for a heaping bowl of pasta. Total for dinner, approximately 400 to 450 calories. Protein forward, vegetable heavy, moderate carbohydrate. What to absolutely avoid at dinner: pasta, white rice, heavy cream sauces, anything fried, large portions of bread, and most importantly, eating after 7 p.m. That last point is not about willpower either, it is about biology. Late night eating directly interferes with your body's overnight fat burning process. If you find yourself genuinely wanting something in the evening, not from boredom but from true hunger, here is what I recommend. 1 cup of herbal tea. Chamomile is exceptional because it contains apigenin, a compound that binds to receptors in the brain associated with relaxation and sleep. Ginger tea is another wonderful option. It aids digestion and has mild anti-inflammatory properties. That is all. No food after 8 p.m. Your body is beginning its overnight repair and fat-burning work, and we want to protect that window. All right, you stayed with me, and I promised you 3 foods that most people over 60 believe are healthy, but that are quietly sabotaging their belly fat goals. Here they are. Number 1. Flavored Greek yogurt. I know how this sounds. Greek yogurt has a stellar health reputation, and plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt absolutely deserves it. It is high in protein and probiotics, and it is genuinely good for you. But walk into any grocery store and look at the flavored Greek yogurt section. Strawberry, blueberry, vanilla bean, honey. Many of these products contain 15 to 25 grams of added sugar per serving. Some have more sugar than a candy bar. The protein is real, but it comes packaged with a glycemic spike that drives exactly the insulin response we are trying to avoid. The fix. Buy plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. 2% fat or full fat, not non-fat. Add your own fresh berries and a small drizzle of raw honey if you want sweetness. You will get all the benefits and none of the sugar trap. Number 2. whole grain bread. Whole grain bread sounds unambiguously healthy, and for a 35-year-old with a fast metabolism, maybe it is fine. For an adult over 60 with decreasing insulin sensitivity, the glycemic impact is a significant problem. The truth is that most commercial whole grain breads have a glycemic index similar to white bread, somewhere between 65 and 75. The grains have been ground into fine flour, and fine flour digests quickly regardless of whether it started as a whole grain. The fiber that would slow digestion has been largely destroyed by the milling process. This does not mean you can never have bread. It means reading labels carefully and limiting portions. If you love bread, choose sourdough. The fermentation process produces organic acids that genuinely lower the glycemic index. Or look for breads with intact grain kernels, not just flour. Number 3. Fruit juice. This one surprises almost everyone because fruit juice feels virtuous. Orange juice in the morning feels like health. But here is the reality. When you juice a fruit, you remove the fiber and concentrate the sugar. An 8-ounce glass of orange juice contains the sugar of 3 to 4 whole oranges, with none of the fiber that would slow its absorption. What you get is a rapid fructose spike that goes directly to the liver. The liver converts excess fructose to fat and stores a significant portion of it as visceral abdominal fat. Whole fruit is excellent. Fruit juice is essentially liquid sugar. The fix is simple. Eat your fruit whole. Keep a glass of water nearby if you miss having something to drink at breakfast. Add sliced cucumber or a few mint leaves to your water if you want something with a bit of flavor. Before I wrap up, I want to give you a few practical tips that will make this plan actually work in the real world, not just in theory. Tip 1. Drink water, consistently and intentionally. Aim for 64 ounces, 8 cups, of water per day. Here's why this matters for belly fat specifically. Dehydration is regularly misinterpreted by the brain as hunger. Many of us over 60 are mildly dehydrated throughout the day without realizing it, reaching for snacks when what our body actually needs is water. Before you eat anything between meals, drink a full glass of water and wait 5 minutes. Tip 2. Eat slowly. This is not a suggestion, it is physiology. Your stomach requires approximately 20 minutes to send the satiety signal to your brain. If you eat quickly, you will consistently eat more than your body needs before the signal arrives. Put your fork down between bites. Chew thoroughly. Make meals a mindful experience, not a task to rush through. This simple habit alone can reduce total calorie intake by 15 to 20% without any feeling of deprivation. Tip 3. Follow the 80-20 rule, not perfection. I am not asking you to follow this plan perfectly 7 days a week for the rest of your life. I am asking you to follow it approximately 80% of the time. Have the birthday cake at the celebration. Enjoy a glass of wine with dinner on a Friday evening. Life is for living. What I am asking is that 80% of your meals look like what we discussed today. Consistent, sustainable habits over time will always outperform brief, perfect streaks followed by complete abandonment. Tip 4. Meal prep 1 day a week. Sunday is ideal for most people. Cook a batch of quinoa. Hard boil 6 eggs. Grill several chicken breasts or salmon fillets. Wash and chop your salad vegetables. When healthy food is already prepared and in your refrigerator, the decision to eat well requires almost no willpower at all. When it is not prepared, the path of least resistance leads to poor choices. Let me bring everything together for you. After 60, your body is working with different hormones, a different metabolism, and different nutritional needs than it had in earlier decades. The old rules simply do not apply in the same way. But here is what I want you to take away from today. This is not about eating less. This is about eating right for your body at this stage of your life. Follow the 3 golden rules. Protein first at every meal, low glycemic carbohydrates, and keep your eating window to 8 to 10 hours each day. Build your meals around what we talked about today. Eggs and oats at breakfast, salmon and a large salad at lunch, a smart afternoon snack, and a light, protein-forward dinner before 7 p.m. Ditch the flavored yogurt, the commercial whole grain bread, and the fruit juice. Drink your water, eat slowly, and aim for consistency, not perfection. I want to hear from you. Try this plan for 7 days and leave me a comment below telling me how you feel. What changed? What surprised you? I read every comment personally, and your experience genuinely matters to this community. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more seniors find this information when they need it most. And if you haven't subscribed to Senior Health Review yet, please do so now. Every week, I publish new evidence-based videos on nutrition, exercise, sleep, brain health, and more, all designed specifically for adults over 60. I'm Dr. Leonid Kim. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I'll see you in the next video, where we're going to talk about the 5 best exercises to pair with this exact meal plan for maximum results. Take care of yourselves. You deserve it.